Welcome to the Recipe Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Red, and today it's Nintendo Direct Day, but it's not Nintendo, it's partners, not just Nintendo first party games. Actually, no first party games, so don't look forward to that right here. I mean, do we actually have a confirmation of no first party games? Yeah, it's called Partner Direct, I would say. So don't anticipate those. That would be a bonus if it happened, but it won't because I don't think that this is that. But yeah, here we are. Partner Direct. It's about to go down. And I had a graphic set up with Call of Duty and all that, but I was like, you know what? It might be Indiana Jones, so I'm just going to go with a neutral, with the standard, podcast graphic. But yeah, here we are. Let's get into it. These things always just remind me of Pikmin. I don't know why, even though it's, I've seen Nintendo Directs do this more than Pikmin, which is weird. I don't know why, it just does. It's like Lego mixed with Pikmin, mixed with Mario. It's a showcase for the partners. Oh yeah, and this is going to include Switch 1 and 2. Oh shit, Everwild. Why look like his other art style? I'm like, Everwild came back, yo. Oh shit, Monster Hunter Story? But, yeah, it does look like Zelda. Holy shit. Lost Wings? Yeah, dragons. You see how much it looks like Tears? But I know it's a Monster Hunter Story, just, on modern hardware. Put it like, well, it's been on modern hardware, just designed for modern hardware.
The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our two kingdoms to the brink.
Well, I could comfortably say this is one of the best art styles for Monster Hunter. It reminds me so much of Breath of the Wild. But I always said that game had a fantastic art style, even on the 3DS. And that's the shorty from the 1 and 2, right? It's just him older now. Now he a man.
I can hear them. Two sounds.
Yeah, they started with a bang. I think they just set the tone. They say, what you thought we was coming with Wilds? Listen, we'll probably get that too at some point, but right now we showing y'all no.
Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner
Happy to
Showcase.
be here.
In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to.
I didn't even know I had my AC on. I forgot, yo. It's like 100 degrees, but I turned it off for now.
Today,
If y'all didn't hear it and I turned it off, I'm gonna be sad. Because I'm about to burn us.
Before a game is shown, you'll see the logo of the system the game will launch on here.
Gotcha.
If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms.
I'm guessing that means that it has a dedicated Switch 2 version,
Let's take a look at
which is
some
cool.
upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
They explain that real quick for the casual audience. Okay, Switch 1.
Roll.
I'm surprised this is not going to get, I'm not saying it won't later, by launch. I'm surprised that there isn't a Switch 2 build. Because, this is a game where you build a lot. So when you build a lot, what tends to happen is slow down. It even looks like ass right here, the frame rate.
It's a time-hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos. Use helpful items to roll your Katamari like royalty and customize the prince and cousins looks to your liking. In addition, roll out.
It's crazy how these games have survived a lot, man. Have outlived a lot of IPs that people felt were, at the time when this came out, way bigger. This outlasted. It's the same thing with Just Dance. I say that all the time. People used to clown Just Dance like crazy, and then Just Dance just stood the test of time.
Ready to rock and roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch.
Once Upon a Katamari. That's a cool name.
Begin later today on Nintendo eShop. The dance floor is
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. This is Switch 1 still though. I said this shit gotta be one of let me actually try to mute this thing because this thing probably this will probably cause all kinds of issues. Yeah, yo, like this had the outlet. I mean, think about it. Like this, yeah, this is Ubisoft between Rainbow Six. I think Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, then it's easily Just Dance. It ain't Rayman, it ain't Beyond Good and Evil, it ain't Prince of Persia. It's Just Dance. You know what I mean? And that's wild to say because back in, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, when the craze, whenever it started in that Wii generation, people slept on that like, oh no, this is a fluke. Like this ain't gonna have staying power, and yet it done stood the test of time. All right.
Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch. Battle Beyond the Limit.
Okay. That I guess that brings hope for
Unleash your fighting spirit in Dragon
well no,
Ball
that's
Spartan
wait.
Zero, the latest
Who
in
am
the
I mixing
Arena
up?
Battler series.
You got them doing are they doing the Marvel joint that's Sony and PC
Enter the fray
for
with
now
over
exclusive?
180
Which I've been said with the day that was revealed, I said that should not be exclusive. Sony tripping.
Relive iconic Dragon
Like
Ball stories from the
it got nothing to do
perspectives
with
of
console
characters,
fanboys, nothing. Like it's just
Goku.
ridiculous. You gonna hoard that off? That's something that you want to use at Evo and stuff like that. You put that on everything.
Redefine history with
Like, what's
alternate
wrong with you?
versions of those encounters. In custom
But that's just me.
you choose the fighters.
I said the same thing with goddamn Hellblade too. So it's not like it's like some port begging or something like that at all. Not at all. It just makes more sense. Just like the
Plus, now you can duke it out with motion controls.
motion
using the
controls.
Joy-Con
No,
stick
now
with Joy-Con controllers. Immerse yourself in the
like when it comes to Invincible, I say the same thing. And then, well, I don't have to say it because it's actually, multi-plat. But I'm sure there'll be a Switch 2 version. But I think that's this team who's doing Invincible. No, I think this team is doing the Marvel, and then Invincible is somebody else. All right, so Spartan Zero is gonna get a dual release today, pre-orders, but it comes out November 14th. Should have said that the other way. If you was just listening to this, you're like, today? No, not today. It's a Survivor game. It's on the EA joint. Is that? Nah, right? The Garden Warfare joint, like, because he got a modern TV. Oh no, this is something else. Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies. I would say Garden Warfare because I don't know. That's the one I had on Xbox 360. I think it was part 2 or 3. I don't even remember. Replanted October 23rd, just in time for spooky season. The club is yours. Here we go. FC, formerly, FIFA. This is another one that I should have hit that mute on. I mean, at some point they gotta announce Call of Duty for this thing because that's confirmed. So I thought that's like the safest bet. But that's just me. Repack, retold, reload. Okay. But you know what I'm gonna do just for hopes and dreams, even though I don't think this will be the case.
Use pack-tastic moves to clear stages in style. And even
I'm a hope right now. I mean, listen, they signed a 10-year deal. At some point, they gotta announce a Call of Duty, right? Last year's didn't come.
World 2
It gotta be this year's.
Launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 26th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Lead your party of black mages.
What's that? But I got a feeling that it ain't gonna be. It'd be dope if it was though. But I got a feeling that it ain't.
Final Fantasy Tactics, reborn with newly elements. The game is now fully voiced and adds brand new dialogue between characters,
But still, I know that he and I are different.
Oh, this is Tactics?
as well as new difficulty options.
The remasters?
Feature to review story events and more. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and
He said the
Nintendo Switch
Ivalice.
September
Ain't it
30th.
Ivalice?
Pre-orders begin later
I mean,
today on
Ivalice might be
Nintendo
with an
eShop.
actual E.
When the clock strikes midnight, shadows emerge and the dark hour begins.
Or it could be with a Y. I don't know.
Step into the shoes of a high school student who, together with his
Persona
friends,
3 Reload.
awakens the supernatural power of Persona.
These all make perfect sense to me. Like, these are all the games that I would expect. If you was to ask me, oh, do a prediction, which to me was boring because I'm like, what's the predict? Like, you know, what's gonna come is the coolest stuff that's available now. Those are the guys who got development kits, because development kits right now are scarce. So I feel like it's only gonna be, you know, top tier studios who got them. And by top tier, I'm not saying the other ones aren't. I'm just saying, you know, the Capcoms, the major publishers.
Next, please take a look at
I would love to see something like Doom the Dark Ages here, but I don't know. They just got the kits when the damn system was revealed. Oh, okay, here we go. See, I was hoping this would make it. That's why I said you never know. You never know, because this is a co-developed game.
Given an opening, he will bear his fangs.
That's a
Until
portal?
Hyrule itself is no more.
Be that as it may, we face it together.
Was this dude surfing on something? Let me find out you can still build in this game. It looks like there's already pre-made build things to make them do like these badass summons, which is also cool.
But you sought it from Hyrule of all places? This is madness.
Is that the new character?
There is danger here.
She was pretty, yo. The way they made her hair like come over her face. A new Gerudo. Deep in the caves of Hyrule. Wait, I know that song. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's like Skyward Sword. Wait. Why it look like they were creating like a knight, like the damn knight from Twilight Princess.
The canonical events that led to the Legend of Zelda, Tears of
That's
the
crazy.
Kingdom
Them holding hands doing
launches this winter.
double beams.
We'll share more information on this title in the future. Let's continue with some more games coming to Nintendo Switch.
Damn,
2.
they couldn't even date that. Like, they have no faith in the fall, yo. Like, and locking anything down. And I don't blame them. Like, I'm already mad how far they let Metroid Prime 4 go into this year before it gets into straight up horror territory. And it's not like, yo, I don't think Metroid Prime 4 gonna be better than everything. I think that will be the case. I'm gonna laugh at people saying, oh, that's the game of the year. This is the game of the year. And it's like, we all know the game of the year is the game that's been one of one for 20 years. And now it's back. And if it lives up to it, yeah, it's going to be game of the year, period. Ain't no expeditions, ain't no bonanzas, ain't no nothing like touching Prime to me. The return of that at you know, full force. But yet, it should look good now. Look at Madden, yo. Or it's just college football.
Customize your game
But anyway,
new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages.
yeah, like,
And level them up to fine-tune your plays. Plus,
They
compete
doing,
on the
like-
gridiron in local or online multiplayer.
Your online multiplayer.
Sports Madden NFL 26 touches down on Nintendo Switch 2, August 14th. Pre-orders are available.
Madden in August makes perfect
Nintendo
sense.
eShop.
And it's not like you getting some old shit either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you getting modern
Is calling.
Madden. I'm not saying they won't be missing a feature, but I don't know. I don't think it will. Because don't WWE even got the mode that was missing on the Switch version? Harry Potter got more fully featured. I know there's still a few games that are like missing a few things.
Properly, they'll fizzle out. To stoke your campfire, place logs based on the fire's strength. Let enough
But I think Madden should be
flow
fine.
through and maintain the right amount of heat. Don't let wet logs dampen your fire.
Damn, I was making a point and lost my train of thought earlier.
And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it. Sometimes, though, a little patience is all you need.
See, if you had a microphone like PlayStation 5, you could actually blow on your controller, right? And then make the fire, boom, more intuitive.
In rainy or snowy conditions. But try
And I know y'all probably thinking I'm joking. I'm not. I'm dead ass serious. Because when I hear, oh, blowing the thing, like, that's what I think. I think of, you know, the DS. That was the original time when we was asked to, like, blow something. I know I'm saying blow a lot, but shit. That's the reality. DS, you know, started that.
By the fire sparks to life on Nintendo Switch.
And one of the consoles can still do it. Chilling by the Fire is actually a fire-ass name.
Battles big and small in these games. Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, it's getting a dedicated version. Good.
Squad up and survive 19 other teams.
See, I'm expecting something like this, but for Warzone, just an announcement real quick, thrown in like
Show off your
this.
skills in mixtape, where you'll take on
Damn, Apex looks so different from when I used to play it, yo.
And mixtape have enhanced resolution and smoother.
And it actually looks better than when I used to play right here. For the simple fact that most of the time when I was playing Apex, I think I was playing on my Series S versus my Series X. Almost guaranteed at the time.
To cure a witch's illness,
Hella.
Tiny Familiar embarks on a grand adventure. With your magical froggy backpack in tow, you can climb, pull, and even swing to greater heights. Explore this vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally. Plus,
It looks pretty damn cool.
Can journey together in online co-op. A little mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next
The
year.
logo, it's a little mouse. That's so cool.
Explore a
Oh, that's a good guess. See? Give this game a second chance. Because I heard that they just recently canceled a sequel, so this is the kind of thing that could come out, and if it sells a lot, maybe it'll be like, you know what, it justifies making another one. Because I'm still going to pick this up, and I'm still going to play this on Series X at some point. I'm sure it'll go on sale at some point, maybe this year. But I'm stacked right now with things to play.
As you fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates and gain the means to start a new life.
Now, this is a big, giant open world. I mean, who knows when this comes out, because it looks rough right now.
57 Cardinal Speeder and take on quests that blend stealth and shooting with some puzzle-solving mini-games in between. Embark on high-stakes missions. Engage in dogfights as you travel across the Outer Rim. And get ready to live the life of a scoundrel when
The Scoundrel.
Wars Outlaws
September 4th. Well, that's right around the
Nintendo
corner.
Switch 2, September 4th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Survive the future.
Oh, this dude, Big Head, the alien game. Chronos, whatever it's called. It's something like that, like that one word.
You'll travel between a future plagued by anomalies and a past on the verge of collapse.
See, this looks a lot more like what we usually see at this game. And that's because it's not a giant open
In
world.
the future, dangerous creatures born from the remnants of humanity prowl the wasteland.
So if you wanted something with like you know, Dead Space vibe.
Brutal enemies. But don't let your guard down after defeating them. If a monster absorbs a fallen enemy, it'll evolve into an even more nightmarish form.
God damn.
Act quickly to
So
dispose
don't
of
let the
enemies.
living get close to the dead because they'll
You'll also
combine,
come across
unite,
rifts that allow you to travel back in
merge.
time by extracting the essences of people you meet in the past. You can strengthen your own abilities.
That's crazy.
However, there's a price to pay.
They made the upgrades
You'll be
even
haunted
crazy.
by visual and auditory illusions and lose your grip on reality.
So the more you do that, the more you upgrade yourself, the more
What
crazier
caused
shit is
the
gonna
world
happen.
to collapse?
I mean, why not? That means the
And
deeper you
what's
get into the
true
game, the more
mission
scarier it
you've
gets.
been
It just
tasked
makes sense. It's a horror game.
Chronos. The
Yeah,
New
Chronos.
Dawn launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 5th. The Dragons of the East and West.
I think every game that they show so far has been, you know, variety, but also big games. I know there's been some small ones in between, but I think I count things like Katamari as big games. So it's mostly been big games. You know, Persona, Yakuza, like
Osaka, two prolific entertainment districts in Japan, where the former dragon of Dojima, Cosma Kiryu,
this is exactly the way I expected this to go for the simple fact that Switch 1 was so successful.
Use free-flowing combat
Hit him in
moves
the
to take
gut.
on foes in action-packed brawls. Duke it out using your fists, weapons, and everything else at your disposal. Plus, there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts,
Mini games.
karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do. A deadly clash between two dragons begins when Yakuza Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2
November 13th.
And Yakuza Kiwami, the story that launched the epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced
so
graphics,
they should bundle
improved
that.
frame rates, and additional language support.
Or at least do a
There
deal
are
for
plenty
people who
more
want
games
both.
heading to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo
Like if you
Switch
buy the new
2.
game too,
Let's take a quick
you get the
look.
old one at a discount or something like that. Or maybe they'll just discount the old one. Oh snap. It was a Shinobi, right? In that universe. That's the game with the little kid, you doing crazy ass stuff. I remember that one. Yo, NBA Bounce. Hello Kitty. I'm telling you, they touching all bases in this one show if you really look at it. Romance Saga 2. Romance Saga 2, Ranger the 7. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. August 29th. They're more available now. Borderlands 4. October 3rd.
Before we go, we've got 2 more games to show you.
Oh, they're
Would you
saying
take
2
a
more
look?
things.
To pass through that door is to pass through time. To travel a road spanning centuries. From here, heroes set out on a journey of hope.
This is like
Square
all
Enix presents a brand new action RPG.
Nintendo.
Brought to life in HD 2D. This
Like
is Philabildia, a continent
Philabildia.
overrun by beast tribes. A spell of safekeeping is all that protects humanity's sole bastion, the kingdom of
This is the
humans.
kind of stuff that you would
One
find on
fateful
Nintendo's
day, a
handheld
set of ruins
and
is
would
discovered
want
in
on
the
Nintendo's
wild,
home console,
beyond the
but probably
castle
wouldn't come to their
walls.
home console back
And
during the
Elliot leaves the
Wii
kingdom
and Wii U
to
days.
investigate.
You know, it'd be a struggle to get some of these games on the console. Even ones like
At his
this,
side is a
which was
fairy
crazy.
named Faye.
But here we are now. I like that they taking the,
Together,
Octopath-like
the duo
approach.
venture beyond the kingdom's protection into the great wide world.
And I like that this could have easily
During
been
your
something leaning
journey,
into the
you'll
past,
come face to face
Chrono
with
Trigger,
all
whatever, and it's like,
sorts
no,
of
we're gonna do something
foes.
completely new.
In battle, study your opponent's moves carefully.
You see the
and
fairy on
find
the side, like the
opportunities
character
to
model
strike.
there? Like, did
Fight
she get hurt like
swords for quick
Doomslayer?
and
Because that would be
well-balanced
wild.
strikes.
Because they got her so
Bows
prominent on
and
the damn
arrows to
menu.
target enemies from afar. Chains and sickles to swing and pull enemies closer.
Oh, okay, when she just talks, she animates
There
right
are
there and
7
stuff. That's
weapon
fun.
types in total.
I can see that being
That's
cool
not
with
all.
the youth
You
of
can
today.
also strengthen
When you
your
got someone who
weapons
be
by equipping
watching
different combinations of
goddamn
magicite.
puppets and stuff talking
Try
on
out all sorts of variations
you know,
to find the play
game
style
videos and all that,
works
like-
for you.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Your fairy
I like how it's
companion,
action
Faye, can
RPG-ish.
also attack
Like you running
and
around
pick up
still.
items. You can control both Elliot and Faye separately, or
Ha,
two
you can
players
control them separately.
control them at the same time.
That's funny.
You'll find that she's very helpful on your adventure.
Sick. There was some platforming.
Join Elliot
Granted,
and
you wasn't
Faye on
jumping
a
across,
grand
but still,
journey
that's some shit you
that,
find in
unknown
Mario,
to them, will span
Zelda,
1,000
and stuff like that.
years.
Which those are, games that always involve some form of
The
platforming.
Adventures of Elliot.
Oh,
The
that's the name of it. The
Millennium
Adventures of
Tales
Elliot.
launches
The
on
Millennium
Nintendo
Tales.
Switch 2 next year.
Next
After
year.
today's presentation, a debut demo will be available.
Oh, that's
And there will be
crazy.
an upcoming survey to gather
And the survey, they doing the
feedback.
Octopath thing that they did back in the Wii U days. Square Enix is leaning into the things that work for them.
Everything began with the birth of Orsa, mother of all. She created our world, the land of Orstera.
Nice. Zero, or Lord of the Rings right here. I'm assuming that's Zero, since they talked about the creating of the land that created the rest of the world.
We've come to join your little lighting ceremony.
You have a death wish?
I wish I could see everyone here laughing and smiling just one more time. Are you going to rebuild Wishvale? Or are you going to find the people who took our home from us?
Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera.
Damn. That was the Smash Brothers moment.
Octopath Traveler 0.
December
is
4th,
available on
2025.
December
That's
4th,
this year too.
2025.
So now they pretty much showed their lineup.
That's
I mean,
all
they
for
could still be
today's
missing
Nintendo
stuff.
Direct
You know, a lot of us
Partner
was expecting to
Showcase.
see something from
Thank you for
Xbox and
watching.
stuff like that. That's why I didn't go with the Call of Duty cover, because I was like, I just don't see that being here. You know what I mean? And I was absolutely correct. It just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel like, I feel like that's gonna just be announced at like the Call of Duty reveal event or whatever the case may be around Gamescom, and that'll be how it's done. But overall, they did exactly what they needed to do with this. Exactly what they needed to do with this. There was something here for everyone. Now, a lot of them, you could say, oh, they were available on the other platform previously. It's like, yeah, but that's always going to be the case with new hardware coming into the market. Doesn't matter which one it is. You've seen it with PS5. You've seen it with Xbox Series. So I don't think it's fair. Especially, I don't think it's fair when you consider the fact that Nintendo, like I was saying earlier, they used to struggle to get this kind of stuff. And now they're getting it based off what I don't even want to say the previous, because it's still current. Mario Kart 8 was the second best-selling game, you know, on for Nintendo this year. It's Mario Kart World 1, Mario Kart 8 2. So Switch 1 is still doing this thing, and Switch 2 is obviously, there could be people buying that one too. Mistaken what game they could get, what, or maybe they just wanted the last one too. Who knows? The point is, Switch 1 is still doing numbers, and it was part of this show, and you could just see the legacy of that hardware rolling to this hardware. And this was strong. To me, this was the coolest thing that they showed, because seeing Monster Hunter with a Zelda-like art style, seeing that as Monster Hunter Tree, really affected the Zelda team's art direction in Skyward Sword. I always remember the conversation about, Zelda games never having shadows for trees on the ground. And I was saying that Monster on the Tree did. That Aonuma song was like, it makes our game look flat. And then that's why Skyward Sword had like, so much shadows everywhere for the trees, which was very nice. And yeah, that came from Monster Hunter. I still remember that. So yeah, it's just cool, that now you got a Monster Hunter game that looks a lot like Zelda. And I used to say it when it was on 3DS, I was like, that looks like a Zelda style art style. And yeah, seeing it now in all its glory as a giant, AAA experience, yeah, that was crazy. But that one is Switch 2 only, right? That had to be Switch 2 only. Not saying that it won't come out on like, you know, PC series and I'm just saying there's no Switch 1 port of it. This looks super strong. This and Zelda. And obviously, I'm gonna, of course, you're gonna pick those two. Nah, but I think they showed a lot of good games here. You know how cool it is to see a version of Apex Legends, that actually looks solid on Nintendo hardware. That's cool as hell. And that's a game that always gets support. And yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, I did turn off the sound just because. Yeah, I think they did exactly what they needed to do. And like I said, at some point, I think Microsoft on their own time, because that's what I mean. They've been moving at their own time. I think they'll announce, when they're ready, and they'll have release dates. Indiana Jones, Gears of War Reloaded. I don't know about Forza Horizon honestly, because that game is designed one way, and Nintendo, the one who brought analog triggers to the console space, they, yeah, don't do it anymore, and it's a major part of how you play Horizon, and like it's literally a major part of how you play the game, of how it feels to stop to do everything, and it's not even like it's super hardcore. It's just what it is. So to play it without that would be like almost unimaginable to me. So I don't know if that game will even come to Switch, you know, 2. It'd be crazy if Microsoft was like, yeah, you could connect your Xbox controller to your Switch too, right? And you could play with that. Like, shit, if that's the case, then problem solved. But I doubt that would happen. Which is crazy because, you could play all these PC games. It don't matter what controller you use. And the controller you use, the game knows. If I'm playing Spider-Man, it's showing me X, A, B, X, Like, why? Like, it's showing me all the buttons. My buttons, not PlayStation buttons. And I think it's the same thing even when you put in a Pro controller with some games. But I know definitely PlayStation 5 and for sure, Xbox controller, every game, uses the support for that layout. So it'd be cool if they did it on consoles, is basically what I'm saying. For situations like this. But I've been saying that. I've been saying that with like when it comes to like the adaptive controller too. Like Sony went and made their own, which is fine. But I was like, yeah, I could just support that one. You know what I mean? And then why not just conversate back and forth and be like, oh, I think you should add this and you should add that and blah, blah, blah. And they be like, all right, then you get on that. You publish that. And when those sells, you get a cut of that. Like, man, you listen, man, they publishing games on each other's platform. Why can't they eat together? That's the problem, you know what I'm saying? Everybody always want to eat by themselves and never want to do shit together when, what if the only way we could win is together? Uh-huh. You know? It is what it is, though. Once upon a man in Katamari. Now, the next direct, that is the conversation. The next direct will probably be in September, right? And everybody be like, oh my God, this September direct. And we could do rumor mill till then. Or maybe Nintendo will do something right around Gamescom. You never know. Maybe again they'll do September and they'll just do something around Tokyo Game Show. Maybe they'll go to the Tokyo Game Show. I don't think so, but still. Or maybe they'll just be like, you know what, Nintendo today, here's your Metroid Prime 4 release date. I don't know. I feel like if Prime 4 gets delayed, I'm gonna just say delay it like as long as you need to, and just I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna delay it out of 2025, just cancel the Switch One version. As crazy as that sounds, it's like yeah, because if we're gonna go into deep 2026, so like we need another year, just go in and make it the best game it could be on Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like if textures gotta be lower because the Switch One version exists, and they could be higher, but then if you go too high, then the Switch One version exists, and it looks bad because of that. Then again, I would say yeah, pull a plug on it. And people say, damn, that's wild, but it's like if it's gonna miss the year, I don't think it's gonna miss the year at all though. So they might just do a throwaway announcement. And I want it to be on both because I want it to sell everything it could sell, especially it coming out this year. And it's not like I'm thinking, oh yo, the games that they showed here is gonna stomp the shit out of Metroid. I mean, some of the games they showed here are gonna stomp the shit out of Metroid because they have done so in the past. You know, the sales of some of these series is just crazy. So, but anyway, that being said, you know, like I'm thinking of just players' time. You know, if it's like, yeah, this is coming out next to Call of Duty, this is coming out next to, you know, Invincible or whatever, like anything else. I'm thinking Invincible because of this. You know, any of the various games coming out. Yo, Dark Sun, whatever, you showed up late, hey, better late than never. Wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means, you know? So, damn, that looked crazy, the sword. I didn't even notice that the first time. But yeah, like they just I feel like yeah, they did what they had to do with this. Ton of big games, and I don't think anything here is something that Zelda needed to worry about. Like you knew the release date of everything here. I'm like, you could have gave Zelda a release date, you know, but they didn't. Metroid don't got a release date, and it's like they probably avoiding other platform games too. Like, all right, let's not get next to Ghost of Yotei because that'll take up a lot of play. Maybe there's overlap with Metroid fans there, and it's like anything like that can possibly be. I don't know. I just feel like, damn, yo, coming out in the fall is crazy, and people look at it like, yo, it's the big fall game. I mean, no, it's not. Stop fucking lying, man. You know damn well I want it to be. It's the big fall game to me and you, but let's be honest here. You know damn well the big fall game for Nintendo is Pokemon. And there ain't no debating it. That's the big fall game, period. You know those games come out and sell 10 million in a day. Like, stop playing. And that's gonna be releasing on the previous generation hardware, modern generation hard, like the modern, the current, well yeah, modern, current generation hardware, and yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy because you're gonna have such a giant install base for that game. I know some might feel like, oh yeah, a lot of them, you know, the I don't know, 20 million, 15 million, 10 millions that it sell, a lot of those aren't gonna be buying it on Switch One anymore. They're just gonna be buying it on Switch Two. But I still feel like Switch One is still gonna have such a big player base on that game that the game could even sell bigger than any of the previous Pokemon game. And look, Pokemon have been selling the best during the Switch generation. It'll probably continue right into Switch 2, you know? You said Hella looks really cool, feels a lot like Unravel. Yeah, it does. Yo, Pac-Man's still running around. Like, you got this Pac-Man game, you got Shadow Labyrinth and all that, so I don't know why people get so mad at Shadow Labyrinth. Like, it's not like it's taken away. You got a million means to play standard arcade Pac-Man. Then you get all this variety. It's Pac-Man's doing good. Matter of fact, I wanted to talk about this before I wrap this up. Thunderful Games, developers of, SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2, because remember Image and Form, that was like a whole combination with the other studio, and then they became, boom, Thunderful. So, yeah, they got bought by Atari. Atari owns SteamWorld Dig IP, the SteamWorld IP now, which is crazy. And a lot of other ones. They do a lot of games. It's just that's the one that I remember from the top of my head right now. But oh yeah, Planet Alana 2. That's Atari now. You're gonna see Atari in front of Planet Alana 2. That's fire. Like, I'm so happy to see Atari still doing their thing and finding success. I hope they can have their Sega moment, where it's like Sega right now is like the most profitable the company's ever been. So it'd be dope to see that for Atari. I don't want them to, oh my God, we got to be Atari, so that means console. Like, no, stop. These dudes ain't even consoling right no more. They all multi-plat, you know what I mean? Like, just chill, stay multi-plat, be everywhere, be Atari. That's all we need you to be. And publish some dope shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, unique independent games. I think Thunderful is such a genius move for Atari to start building themselves. Because Thunderful, to me, whenever I see Thunderful pop up, I'm paying attention. I'm like, ooh, what's that gonna be? The last time we saw them was Planet Alana 2. Y'all know I was paying attention to that. I love the first one. So it's cool that Atari's doing stuff like that. That's wild, right, Darcy? That's crazy. Like, and it's like, you remember when THQ was old THQ dead, and then THQ still around. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Like, THQ didn't just disappear like we thought they would. EA is doing better than ever. I just saw EA saying that they aren't right now thinking about putting any of their games at the $80 price point. I'm like, thank God. Microsoft backpedaled on that a bit. They said this year. So that'll still change probably. I said don't need to. Like, Nintendo just did it with one. Like, you don't gotta, jump the shark and be like, yo, everything now. Like, I think they just assumed, like, oh, because Sony gonna do it too. I'm like, well, Sony, I mean, have they done that? They didn't do it with Ghost of Yote, right? That's regular price. I don't know. Like, they didn't do it with Death Stranding 2, Kojima game, right? I'm sure there's a limited edition $80, $90, $100 version. They do that for everything. So I don't understand why the base version got to go up, from the already raised price this generation to 70. You see her right there? Yo, she got the eye coming through the hair. What if that is the Dark Lord's mom's? That's Mama Dorf. Yo, Nick Wayne mom's last night, the outfit was crazy, right, Dark Son? The last 2 weeks, she been killing it. I said, yeah, Nick Wayne's mom coming through. But I'm liking the whole thing that they doing with them. What they did yesterday with Cage was cool. I just started talking about wrestling. It's just, it just reminded me. But I said, hot mamas, and that just came to mind. Yo, like, what the hell is that? Clearly, it's a light enemy statue. It looks like when you fight the giant blocks and stuff like that on top of the towers in the sky. Towers in the sky, floating islands in the sky. Zelda, yo, the movie Zelda got those same eyebrows. Them, having their hands connected. Speaking of, hands connected and doing the beam is fire. But speaking of hands connected, that Dragon Drive, right? I want to speak on that a little bit. Yo, that shit. I was like, remember when they first showed? I was like, yo, like, why don't they got just add colors? And I was like, oh, they got different little helmets there. But I was like, yo, color goes a long way. Why it's so drab? Like, remember that was a thing? They added a lot more color. Darkson, you predicted that. Oh, you said that's a good angle for them. Yeah. You predicted that they would do things around the basketball court, like more mini games and stuff like that. You were correct. They got goddamn double dutch. Well, not double dutch. They might have double dutch, but they got right now jump rope, regular jump rope, one rope. They got racing. The multi teams, like multiple people in one party, and they're just shuffling y'all and throwing y'all on random side courts. Like, I thought that was fire, because I mean, like that's what used to actually happen in the neighborhood when we was kids. We used to just be playing half court, and then after the game was over, we just all shuffle and go to the other side and play just to mix it up, so everybody playing with everybody. And yeah, like, that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. Like, they doing the damn thing. That game, out of nowhere, they just said, here's variety in like online modes and everything. They showed the dunking, the way you did it was cool. Like I ain't gonna lie, I wish they had a full blown motion control mode where it was like you remember when you bowled in Wii bowling, you had to like hold the B button, pull back, and then like release it, and it just felt real, like natural. Imagine if it was like you doing that, like holding the buttons on the Joy-Con, the triggers, but you grabbing the wheel and then you motion forward, motion forward. That would be mad fun. That's what I was thinking as I was watching it because I was like, I don't know about the mouse on you. Like they was like, oh, you can even play it on your pants, which they talked about at Treehouse. I'm glad that they actually put it in the trailer for the people who only see that. But I will say what they showed was good, right? And my favorite thing was like, okay, I love the dunking and stuff, right? Like that was mad cool. Like you running up the wall, flipping and everything, fun. But then them using motion controls, like in general, was the cool part. Like the waving was mad funny. It's stupid, but it's mad funny, right? But then what made it not stupid to me was when y'all gave each other the dap, the high five, blah. I was like, what? See, now that's fire because you kind of feel like now it's like VR, like you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys, they were in the game right there, campfire, using the cameras on Switch 2. That's hilarious right there. I noticed that the first time, they didn't even say nothing. I thought it was so fucking ridiculous, but cool as hell. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, hold on. I think they, I think they had all the lights off. They were like, "Yo, we really camping right now. We in the crib. We got the lights all on." Let me see. Yo, this is hilarious. Yo, mess around and get actual popcorn and marshmallows and crap like that. Yeah, look at them. You don't see no backlighting. They all in the dark. they all in the dark, pretending that they really camping. That's cool though. That's video games for you. Uh, what the hell was I talking about? That's mad funny. But no, yeah, the motion controls, like, yeah, it made you feel like you in the game. Them giving each other the five in the game. I'm like, that's mad cool that they did that. So yeah, it was little stuff like that that's cool. And the game is only what, $20, so you can't really be asking for too much. Like I still would have said, I just wish everything that was gray in that game or the black color that they're using was just a different color because it feels like it just it's too much of that color everywhere. But overall, when you look at the game now, fully featured, people upgraded and everything, it does look like a colorful experience. The lights be on and shit now compared to the other demos. So that actually made it feel more alive and yeah, more colorful. Seeing people everywhere doing different activities. It was cool stuff. The rat game was cool. This is your game right here. I see what you're saying though, because it's like a 3D Unraveled. I'm actually playing Unraveled 2 slow as hell. I play a little bit like once a month, like a section right now. Even though the original one, I kind of blew through that one. Explore a galaxy full of opportunity. It's good that they went with this one before they went with Jedi Survivor, because Jedi Survivor is a success. So I'm glad that they went with this one before Jedi Survivor. Yeah, that game looks fun. Like Drag X Drive, and it's crazy because I look at that game and not that it needed it, but you always gonna think about Wii Sports. You always gonna think about Nintendo Land. It feels like that actually was the game to show off. I guess the blending of all generations from you going because I'm look. You certainly gonna use probably buttons in that game for something, right? Hell, even if it's just the menus, you're using your buttons on the controller, but then you're using the mouse, then you're using the motion controls, all of it coming together, and it's like that's that one game that really could have showcased what the actual, Nintendo Switch 2 is, and it still is. It's still $20, but yeah, I could have saw that as a packing way better than goddamn the welcome tour thing, because that's not even a game to me. That's nothing. Like this right here, this match is like the like I don't know, like the DS, the QR codes, not the QR codes, you get me? The goddamn AR that you was doing, you know? That was cool. You remember you was, putting your face on the little helicopters and shooting those things around, putting the cards down and seeing like the amiibo like Mario characters moving around right in the middle of your living room and stuff like that. They was doing cool little stuff like that. And this reminds me of that more than anything. It's like you could have had the camera there, showcase everything from the chat, camera, everything. I honestly wish that they would just put the camera in the helmet, like just like put it into the actual helmet, almost like Samus Aran, where you only see your eyes, so you seeing your friends, but y'all all in the actual, y'all all in the actual damn, suits in that game. Drag X Driver. That to me would be cool. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to end this stream. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And I mean, yo, it just been this year, I think, has been the year that I've done the most live reactions, because there's been just the most amount of game shows, and it ain't over. Like there's a future game show happening for Gamescom. There's opening night live for Gamescom. Then there'll probably be some stuff, Nintendo Direct in September related, but then also Tokyo Game Show. There'll probably be a show specific to that I could stream. And then obviously, later into the year, there's always something. There's always your game awards and things like that. And then obviously early next year, it's right back to it. And it's like Directs is coming back. Game developer, Direct is coming from Microsoft. Obviously, there'll be state of plays and things like that. Like, and we just right back at it. It's like now, it's real hard to miss E3 now. I don't miss E3 at all no more, because we get way more than what E3 used to give us back in the day. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. You know what it feels like to me now? I remember when the first Nintendo Direct happened. The first thing I said, oh yeah, Nintendo's doing this because of all the fuckery on the internet, and they gotta basically do their own newsletters as video information, so that we all watch it and not get it from sources that put their own spin on it and put their own downer tones on the news that Nintendo wants shared to the world. That's where it came from. And it feels like now, as yeah, all right, I'll say I still feel like that is the truth. That's still part of it. But now it evolved more where everybody else is doing it. It feels now like this just became, and look, the video game magazine was a newsletter of back in the day before the internet. But now this feels like the newsletter and video game magazine. And every month we get a new issue. It might not be a Nintendo Power every month. This was Nintendo Power. But you getting EGM, a Tips and Tricks, a PC magazine, an Edge magazine, a PlayStation magazine, which would be your state of play and stuff like that. Your Xbox show would be your Xbox magazine, which I don't really think Xbox had a magazine. If they did, shit, I don't remember that at all no more. I'm starting to feel like, yo, nah, there was one, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't think there was. Well, I don't remember. It don't matter. But it's like, the Xbox magazine now. So everybody got their own magazine. Their issues is coming out every month. And it feels like that now. And this shit is better than ever. Because you got to understand, I read video game magazines front to back until I got the next one. I just had my stack all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally not even near my bed. You're a little kid. You were small. Back in those days, you could fit your toys, multiple damn pillows and magazines and all that, your Game Boy, everything, so you could hide it. So it was like, oh, it's bedtime. You could, get the Game Boy. If you had the night light, you could play at night. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll use a toy that had a flashlight in order to light your Game Boy, and you figured it out. But yeah, I would have my magazines right there, and just be reading them all the time, just because I wanted to be seeing video game stuff. Oh, what's coming new? And this is that now, just bigger and better and directly from the source. I still all the time miss the not the middleman. I don't want to call the editors and things like that middleman, but the one who relayed the information to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to play kind of like that what's it called, what we called that when we was little, the phone, right? When we used to pass the phone down, basic information, you know what I'm saying? And well, that's who they were for us, right? They would get the information, then they would relay it to us. And they could, some magazines, some editors, whatever, could put their own spin on whatever, but getting that opinion, if they got hands on with it, you wanted that. You didn't want that for the news, like for the big, and they rarely ever did it for the, the cover game. Usually it was, yeah, we played it, they talk about the good stuff. They don't really tear it down until they get to the review time a few months later. But right now, like, you don't really get that directly because it's like not everybody's playing it now. But what you do get is like the one thing PlayStation Magazine did better, and this is not like the one thing. No, this is what made it better than every magazine. Because of disc, they used to give the demo disc on PlayStation 1. So that used to be traded all the time. Like, yo, let me get that demo disc, let me, play whatever. And that demo disc was so cool because, again, yeah, you could read the magazine, get whatever, but then some of the actual games in that issue were playable. Or you got games that were from the previous issue playable in this one. You know what I mean? In this demo. And it was like, yo, that was super cool. Like, yeah, Nintendo Power, sometimes they gave you VHSs so you could watch trailers from like E3s and things like that on the VHS. Or they'll have fun little, ads and stuff like that. But yeah, the demo disc, nothing was beating the demo disc, period. I think Nintendo Power was still the overall better magazine for the editing, the writing, and everything. But yeah, that demo disc was revolutionary. Come on, you was playing. Nothing was beating that. But yeah, this basically is that now. You know what I mean? Like, everybody gets the PlayStation Magazine quality because all these shows now always got the play it today on Game Pass. Play it right now. You know what I mean? Download it right now. Demo right now. Oh, we're going to do a beta test or something. Like, look, as I'm saying, the demo available after this presentation. You know what I mean? So it's like that, or it just makes it super cool that we get these shows back to back to back to back. That's why I don't really care no more to be like, yo, speculating about direct. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I think half of the people who create content speculating about it don't care. They just know that it gets clicks. But it's like, yeah, we know they're gonna come the same way. It's gonna rain one day, it's gonna be sunny one day. Those things are inevitable, you know what I mean? And a lot of the places around the world, it's gonna snow. It's inevitable. Snow! Holy shit. I'm on fire right now. But yeah, that's just what it is, so I don't see the point in, oh my God, when's the next mainline Nintendo Direct? Mainline Nintendo Direct. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm feeding too, because I want to know when Metroid comes out. But yeah. I mean, I want to know when a lot of games get release dates, and I want to see more new stuff. But really, it's all about, I want to know when Metroid comes out. And we all expecting that to be announced in the Direct. But don't be surprised if that shit is just, hey, Nintendo Today announcement. Bam, that's the release date. You're like, what the hell? And then the trailers and everything just start popping up and, blowing our minds and things like that. Look at the overview that they just did for Drag X Drive. Like, yo, you do that for Metroid, I'm perfectly happy. I prefer that to a Direct. Because you ain't going to do an 8-minute slice in a single Direct. I mean, you could, but they probably won't. Because they'll probably have a lot more to go with it, A lot more content. But yeah, y'all. I'm going to wrap this thing up. We done sat through this Direct twice. I didn't even notice. I didn't even mean to do it. But hey, I'm glad we did. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of the Recipe Entertainment Podcast. And stay tuned, man. I've already finished up all the finishing touches on the Red Night Live stuff so that I can start streaming. So yeah, look out for those streams happening this week. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for supporting on Patreon. Peace.